And welcome. We're talking this afternoon with Coach Shannon. And Coach, the team's kind of had a little rough start this year. Tell me what kind of shape do we find the team in here this afternoon?
Well, I think we're in pretty good shape, except we got some kids that have the flu. We've improved steadily from that first game. I think we're on the right path to where we want to go. And the kids aren't getting discouraged. They know they just need to keep pushing forward. So I think we're fine.
It's been a tough start, but we have had some shining moments. Quarterback Andrew Peasley doing pretty good back there, and some long-range pass receptions in the past couple of games.
We've had some good receptions. The receivers run great routes. Andrew's kind of finding his rhythm back there. And we've had Willie Camp come in and do some great reps as a second quarterback, too. So that's been a very encouraging sign.
Now, if there's, I noticed there was some criticism in the paper here last week a little bit about the offensive line. What can we expect with sharpening that part of the team up here for the next contest?
Well, I think the offensive line has battled through a few things. There's been some kids hurt, sick, whatever. And that's one of the hardest places on the field to get continuity. So I'm not discouraged by what they're doing. They're doing the right things. We just have to kind of get the rhythm going, getting the beat going.
Now, how about the offensive backfield? Everybody healthy and working pretty good together back there?
We're looking good in the backfield. We've had no issues back there. Same backfield for every game, so consistency means a lot. So.
Yeah, it sure does. Now, we face Ontario this coming Friday. Give me a little bit of the G2 on what we can expect to see out of them and you're planning for.
Well, Ontario is very similar to us. They have an extremely mobile quarterback. We've been working on contain in the backfield. They've got a very strong returning running back also. So we're going to be very challenged up front on defense this week. They have a good short passing game, so they bring a lot to the table. And they have a lot of confidence. They're playing very well right now. It's going to be a super challenge for us.
Now, one thing we've noticed as the season has progressed the last couple of games, yellow handkerchiefs on the field a lot less, especially up in Sunnyside last week. And what do you kind of attribute that to? Is the team getting settled in?
I think part of it is settling, and part of it is the coaches. We're not going to put up with that. So, I mean, we fumbled we had 6 turnovers in our first game. Second game we had 1. So the kids just have to understand how important that is. And the penalties, they need to understand how that hurts them. And I think when they understand it, then they are more aware of what they're doing, and they'll clean it up themselves.
Seems like we've gotten a little bit more in tune with the fundamentals and the basics here in the last week or so.
That's right. And we've told them all along that those basics and fundamentals are what will carry them to the next level. And so the more reps we get doing that, I think the better team we're going to be.
Now, what kind of measures are you taking? You've got a bunch of young men suffering with the flu and so forth. Does that mean we're going to push up some of the B-team players into starting slots Friday night?
Well, we've had to change our lineups a little bit, yes. But, I mean, I don't consider them as second unit players at all, because some of the kids we're playing are just playing different positions. And we've done that from day one. Along the offensive front, all those linemen can play every position up front. And so it's just a matter of mixing and matching and getting the combination we like the most. Mm-hmm. And I'm comfortable with that because all the kids we're playing up there have got lots of reps, lots of game reps.
Among the shining spots we've seen in the past couple of ball games, special teams. We've had some punt and kickoff returns that look pretty awesome there a few times.
Well, we got hurt a little bit last year, especially with kickoff returns. We gave up a few touchdowns on that, and so we've dedicated more practice time to that, and we've spent more time explaining to the players exactly why they do the things they do and what they're supposed to do, and I think it's made a big difference.
Excellent. Now, I want you to comment a little bit about last week's game going to Sunnyside. In fact, 150 miles crossing a state line, that had to weigh heavy on the team by the time they got the uniform on and got ready to play.
Oh, it turned into a long day because we also played a JV game beforehand. So we left at 10:15 in the morning and got back at 3:30 that next morning. It was a huge trip. With that said, this team, in the 2 years I've been here, this team travels really well. They just seem to get where they're going, and they settle, and they play ball. It doesn't seem to get into their heads that much. So I would call them a good travel team. Sunnyside was an excellent ball club, and they played that way.
Yeah, I guess one other following comment that I would make too, it seemed like we had pretty good support. A lot of local fans made the trip to support their team last Friday night.
No, I was very encouraged by that. We had a really core group of fans right behind us. They were very vocal, very positive to the players, and that means a lot to the kids. When they come off the field and they hear that, that really encourages them.
Even the junior varsity team managed to put a bunch of fans in the stands.
Yeah, well, if you're going to go, you might as well go early, right?
It all pays the same.
That's right, that's right.
So maybe looking just a little bit of crystal balling, expecting your team to be back full strength and people out of the infirmary here soon. What is it going to look like in the coming weeks?
I think we're going to come together again. I would guess probably early to middle of next week. We'll get most of the kids back. And we're still looking for that consistency. And because we've had to change our lineup so much, I haven't seen it yet. So we're kind of looking forward to getting the same people on the field and get regular reps with everybody together. Excellent.
Coach, thanks for talking with us this afternoon, and good luck Friday night. You bet. Our pleasure. Thank you for joining us, and look for us next time here on LeGrand Alive TV.